Hey guys, Dylan from the Geek Duo here, and today I'll be bringing you my reaction to The Boys Gen V Season 1 Episode 8, titled Guardians of Godolkin. If you or a human loved one have been injured or killed while working at Godolkin University, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Hundreds of human employees have been victimized by Godolkin students, but the law offices of Brenner and Brenham have won the millions of personal injuries and wrongful death lawsuits. Contact us for a free consultation at 1-888-177-2774. Know your rights. So, initially, when reading that, I thought that phone number was going to spell something out using the keypad. Problem is, um, it's got a 1 in there, and 1 never has any letters on it, so that's not the case. But yeah, so that obviously doesn't go to anything. And then I looked up the number to see if anyone had put anything online about it. Yeah, now this is the exact same law firm from season 2, episode three's description. So it's just an in-universe thing, doesn't lead to anything. But yeah. Anyway, apparently this is the last episode of the season. Did not know that. I mean, I guess it makes sense because don't the other seasons only have 8 episodes as well? So yeah, I guess I should have expected that, but yeah, I didn't. I was not sure how many this had, but yeah. So let's just get this loaded. I said get it loaded. There we go. Let's get this started in 3, 2, 1, go. I tried clicking play and it crashed on me, so that's why I said the get it loaded. Depicts violence on the school campus. That's a warning I've not seen. Couldn't that have been said for any of the other episodes? One second. For some reason in the crash, it decided to put the audio descriptions on for my audio. So, yeah, had to change that off. Back into it in 3, 2, 1, go. This flavor, the berry one, the least favorite one I'm able to get in Australia. I like the blue raspberry, sold out of it. I like the mango, don't stock it anymore. I like the cotton candy, haven't gotten it in ages. Yeah, well, you're gonna have to fight her eventually. What the? No offense, but the three of you. Does the same. Is Andre at risk of this as well? I want you to go get tested as well. See, I was thinking maybe Marie would be able to help him out, but neural tears aren't really something that blood manipulation can fix. Um, Lying on a living room rug. Poor Bob. Okay, fucking Nightcrawler. So Luke's his conscience. That makes sense. In my defense, I thought you were already dead. For the most of the time you were in here. That's probably a metaphor. This may be an issue. You don't want to open that cell. It's okay. How does it feel to be on the same side as Rufus? There's got to be a reason why they asked how long it'd been since he. Your leg's getting broken again. You know what? What do you mean by covers blown? Is this the director gonna die? Sam, what are you doing? Real great hero prospects if they're all running at the sight of trouble. I guess performing arts isn't really, but the people in the quad and all that. She didn't need to purge. So, I'm guessing this, like many others, there is a form of awakening in which their powers can change. it's a sad line. If he feels nothing, then he shouldn't feel any hate towards humans. Unless it takes into account her intention behind the nothing, in which case it's not actually nothing. More feel no remorse. Well, I mean, that's one way to deal with it. That's an issue. Was that a Wilhelm? Oh no, whatever will you do? Yeah, you really think you can fly a helicopter in? Yeah. See, that's a hero. He knows he's killing himself by doing that, and yet he still does it. Dang it, Maverick. Well, that's an issue. Um, what was that about? you need is a single drop of blood on him. Well, that's what I thought you were going to do in the first place, but... And you brought out your knife. On second thought... Yeah, I don't think they're all fitting in that. He was my brother. Well, there's the twitch. Bloodbending, bitch. And... I thought you was gonna explode them, but... What's gonna... Well, something got exploded. the fuck? Yeah, obviously she wasn't dead, but... What the fuck? Is there any... Here's the thing. I understand why Homelander would want Sam and Kate's their message to be pushed. But why would Vought, like, the entire board was going to be killed by them, and yet they're willing to have them be credited as the heroes of the day, while the people that actually stood up and protected them is the ones that they've now locked up somewhere. Like, I understand Homelander pushing that, but plus there's the fact that, well, not hundreds, but dozens of eyewitnesses would see Kate and Sam running around with the people doing the massacre. And yet none of that gets out? Like, how? I am confused. Also, how the hell did Marie tank a full blow from Homelander? If what Andre said is true, and any of the others would have been in the ground, because she doesn't have the durability that others do. She's able to, of course she's cutting herself, so I guess super strength against super skin would work, but with a lot of other supes, the blade would just break. Yet she's able to cut herself, so she doesn't have the enhanced durability that some of them do. Yet somehow she was able to tank a full blast from Homelander without a stretch. Now, there was definitely something that happened right before the beam hit. When she lifted her arms, something happened before it faded to white, but I'm just trying to go back to it. There was also the little eye quirk that Homelander did, but yeah, there was definitely something that happened. So Jordan didn't need any power, like enhancements or anything. They had already come into the powers on their own, know what they're capable of, everything. Andre, same deal. They're both further yeared students, so of course they know their powers a bit more. Andre now knows that his power will kill him eventually if he keeps using it. And yet he still went there and decided to help people, knowing that. but other than that, he doesn't really need any power. Emma seems to now be able to um, use her power without having to puke, which is good. If she can get finite control over it, then that's great. And Marie, as I've said, the entire season has just been her discovering new thing after new thing after new thing about her power. She can now see the veins in that of people. She can like draw the blood from everyone else and just, you know how I said bloodbending bitch? Yeah, it really is. Like how Hammer described drawing all the water out of all the surroundings. Yeah, that's pretty much what she can do. She can exsanguinate, which, as you know, that's a word I love. She can just do that to anyone and just fashion that into her own weapon. She doesn't need... Both of the ones who needed to damage themselves to use their powers at the start of the season now no longer need to. Yet the one who seemingly was fine with their powers had learned that they're damaging themselves by using their powers, which is interesting. And then there's Jordan. Jordan's great. Interested to see where they are, how that's all going to go down with Newman and that, because she wanted to see Murray succeed. And now here's the thing. Technically, Marie did what Ashley asked. She didn't kill Kate, but she was the one who saved them all. At least long enough for Homelander to get there. Along with Jordan. You can bet Jordan didn't get a call about saving them in order to be in the 7, but yeah. I honestly don't know what to think after that ending, because just out of nowhere, Homelander decides that they're the problem. Somehow it gets out that they're the problem and that the people who actually instigated it are the good people, and they're locked up in some room without a door. Like, what happened? But yeah, very confused as to what to think about that ending. Also, you knew there was going to be a Butcher cameo in this. Like, even if Mallory hadn't have had someone on the other end of her phone when talking to Shetty, you knew Butcher would show up eventually. Just like you knew Homelander was going to show up. I actually thought Homelander was going to show up before now, but final episode makes sense. It's a very weird ending. I wonder what the ramifications of this is going to be on the main story, because as we know, Newman's meant to be the antagonist, like the main antagonist of season 4. At least that's what came up if you Google Victoria Newman. It says is the minor antagonist of season 3 and major antagonist of season 4. And, well, given that we know she's been so invested in Marie's life because they have a similar power. Well, the same power, really. Here's the thing. If it got out, how Marie was able to explode Kate's arm being the exact same way that Newman explodes people's heads, either Newman's found a patsy in which she can pin all of the um, head popping onto, which I don't know how she would do that, but she could do that. Or it's going to be theorized that there's someone with a similar power. And as we know, the exact same powers are genetic, which really confused me as to why they gave her the exact same and not the whole barometric pressure thing as to which we thought it was. Like, we've only seen duplicate powers through genetic lineage, like Homelander and Ryan, Polarity and Andre, Translucent and Maverick. Like, the parent has the same, well, the kid has the same power as the parent. Yet, we haven't seen any other perfect crossovers except for Newman and Marie. Which really does make me think that there's something up with Newman, because obviously you can see that Newman is not Marie's actual parent, ignoring the fact that we've seen Marie's parents. There is a very... I guess you could, but it's unlikely that that would happen. Plus, she doesn't seem old enough. But if that's not the case, then how do they have the same power? I also want to know what Ashley's thoughts on things are. Because, as we saw at the end of the last episode, her humanity does come out occasionally. Like when she genuinely apologized to Maeve when she'd had the breakup. When she was almost swayed by Starlight a couple times really. And when she decided to delete the video footage of Maeve being saved. Like, she does genuinely care occasionally. So, given the fact that this person literally went out of the way to save specifically, well, not specifically her, but her and the rest of the board, you'd think that that would have some weight on her conscience. Speaking of consciences, I genuinely thought that when Sam closed the door to the room with Luke still inside, I thought that was going to be him locking away his conscience and it wasn't going to come out again unless someone opened that door, which would have been at the end of the fight. And then you would have had the whole him talking with Luke and that again. Or that may have been a later down the track thing. Like, somehow, some way they managed to find out that, hey, Sam's metaphorically locked away his conscience behind this physical thing. If we can rectify that, we may be able to turn Sam away from Kate. It's further down the line. But no, he was there and just until Kate said, you feel nothing, and then he's like, you know what? Fuck you. Do what you want. I tried to save you. Anyway, it was a wild finale, and I'm very interested to see what other people think about it. So with that being said, I'll catch you in the next one.